Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign 2024. January is going to be an amazingly positive month for you, and I'm really excited to tell you more about why that is the case. It especially opens you up to some really great success in your academic, foreign land travel, and book publishing part of your sky. It fortifies existing relationships and brings you a lot more productive joy, fun play, and pleasure, among many other things. It really can also just be one of those times where, because of the sky's alignment, you're finally enjoying your life. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Let's talk about the details, but before we get started, my name is Lori Lothian. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac whole sign houses. I love the fixed stars and minor asteroids. I will be telling you how to navigate your life using the best timing tool of astrology today and in all of my videos. Please like and subscribe and give me a try. A short promotion I have for the month of January ends at the end of the month, and it's available in December, is get my 2024 deep dive up to 90 minutes long videos for 12 signs, each 90 minutes long. It's in the description box below. It was on a pre-sale price. Now it's until the end of January. It's for $59. It will be $77 after that in February for the rest of the year. You can give those away as stocking stuffers. It's going to be a PDF document with links to all of the unlisted videos, and you can share with friends and family. And this is my fundraiser every year to help me buy microphones and to hire staff to timestamp videos and help me out in the back end. And if you like my channel and what I'm up to, this is how I create a business revenue, sort of cash stash for the things I need in my business in 2024. So thanks for the help. So let's talk about this now. You Virgo people, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sun can be father figures, career; Moon, mother figures, and home and body; and sun, rising sign, everything about you, more specifically. So one of the best things that's going on for you is Jupiter moves direct, and he will move into direct motion December the 30th, meaning that after September, October, November slowdown of Jupiter's goodness in the house of academics, in the house of book publishing, in the house of foreign travel and foreign lands, in the house of third marriages, in the ninth house of court and legal matters, you are now getting, and spirituality and faith, you are now getting some significant new fresh air coming in, and Jupiter blows through that sky until the end of May and makes you feel much, much better about life and reality as he supports you in a divine flow called a trine to your body, better health, to your identity, feeling good about yourself, an applied trine to you. All of you Virgos start to feel better and better and better about life, about yourself, about reality over the course of the next 5 months, but certainly starting in January. Also, be aware that it's kind of a bit of a difficult Venus square Saturn, challenging New Year's Eve. And therefore, on the day before January 1st, the day after, and maybe into the January 2nd, this is a Venus square Saturn energy. And you may have conflict with your significant marriage type partnership, monogamous long-term relationship. That's likely the most thing from the home base, some kind of squaring off around different agendas regarding what you should be doing on New Year's Eve, regarding land, property, home, and real estate, even maybe regarding tenancy and rental agreements with your significant other, or legal matters to do with rental contracts or home beautification and contracts and legal matters as well, disturbing your peace around New Year's Eve and first 2 days of January. This too shall pass. Now, as we move forward, I like to talk about the chronology, and then we'll talk about some other things. We have a flowing energy called a mini grand trine twice this month, and these are powerful, positive times. The first one is the 8th to the 15th. It's happening because you have Mars moving in to the sign of Capricorn, or he's in the sign of Capricorn. And he'll be there January 3rd. He's in the sign of Capricorn, and he is flowing to Jupiter in your ninth house. This means fifth house, ninth house matters between the 8th and the 5th are highlighted, where you could end up having some kind of really positive development around children, grandchildren, birth of grandchildren, positive, actionable, exciting developments around creativity, entrepreneurial projects, money luck, things going on the 8th to 15th around possible leisure travel and abroad and planning a trip to a foreign place or taking it. Also, January 8th to the 15th, you might find that you're having a lot more fun in bed, sexual, romantic love. But also when it comes to academics, book publishing, and foreign lands, you got a lot of support from Mercury in the 5th house to bring you luck and enjoyment in those areas and positive developments. goodness. And you'll feel some of this glow up going back to Saturn in your 7th house, because there's a sextile from Mars to Saturn, Jupiter to Saturn, and creates a little triangle pointing at Saturn in your 7th house of significant love relationships. For one thing, it can definitely give you a solid glow up in a significant love story that has been challenged by Saturn moving into your 7th house last year in March, and will continue to challenge you until the end of February 2026. And this can give you a sweet spot between the 8th and the 15th in that love relationship. It's also very good for legal and court matters coming in to favor you, and for financial goodness coming from those things as well. Also for, getting accepted at your university, a dream university, getting a book publishing contract, or some legal contracts of some sort working out favorably in a lucky way. Your adult children belong to the 5th house, and therefore there could be some interesting, exciting developments with them in their life to do with foreign travels, foreign lands, or academic environments. Then I want you to know that Mars is rising into the sky to be slightly visible, barely, but slightly visible on January 11th. And that's his heliacal rise in Capricorn. You last saw that, Virgo, way the hell back in 1977, January. And because it's a synodic cycle, it lasts for 2 years. All right, so until his next rising. So he will rise in your 5th house. And for 2 years, just like in 1977, January, add 2 years. Now it's 2024, January, add 2 years. You are lucky and supported and successful in the following: entrepreneurship, creative and artistic projects, sexual and romantic love, and perhaps fertility and pregnancy. I'm only unsure because Mars tends to be the one who terminates a pregnancy here, but he's exalted and he flows to Saturn and can bring an exciting, passionate fertility cycle to you or your partner's life because of this rising in a flow to Saturn in the house of marriage, meaning that it can be that in the 2 years that follow, you choose to take action to have a child. It supports your longer term relationship, or a grandchild is coming down the pipeline as well with Jupiter in the 9th house. So Mars rising here is a longer story. I'm going to do a separate video on that for all signs. So if you're like or subscribe to my channel, when it comes out, please dive in. It'll probably be at least a 90-minute video with a lot of content for each sign, because it's such a rare and important time. Mars is strong, he's exalted, and he's honoring Saturn in your 7th. So this, again, on a shorter term story, the 8th to the 15th, it just glows up your main relationship and could indicate planning a trip, leisure or fun or enjoyable trip, especially to a foreign place with your main partner in love. And it also can strengthen your entrepreneurial business and creative business if you're trying to establish a regular, dedicated, and loyal and steady client audience or marketplace for your business endeavors. And you have a glow up in the business start of your life, the 8th to the 15th. Then we do have a bit of an interesting time as the sun will conjunct Pluto on the 20th, 21st, depending on where you live. And that's at the very last degree of Capricorn, terminating, finishing, culminating, ending, something to do with business, entrepreneurship, creative projects, pregnancy, and long-term and romantic love relationships. Something's coming to a climax. Now, you've had Pluto sun conjunctions here ever since 2008. It's nothing new, but it's the last big hurrah. Then Pluto moves in on the 21st of the month, 22nd, depending on where you live, into your 6th house of work and livelihood, health and health protocols, pets and tenancies and rent and rental agreements. And by the way, you will be powering up there. For a lot of you Virgos, you're going to find a very transformative energy beginning to emerge in January 21st. 2024, but it lasts for the entire year. Indeed, it lasts until 2043. A lot of you will be transforming your work, changing your work, revising your work, transforming your health, dying and being born again in health and health protocols. It could be the end of addictions. It could be the beginning of true health, the beginning of powerful work allied with purpose. And that's something you'll be knowing more about as this transit progresses over the next 2 decades. But Pluto does go into this part of your sky, and he will show you a bit of a teaser. He also did this last year, March the 23rd to June 11th. He gave you a teaser of what he wants for you in that 6th house. Basically, a Virgo sun, moon, and rising in the first 5 degrees of Virgo. Get the most access to this energy in 2024 and 2025 and 2026. I need to get moving my ass on the stool because now I'm not comfy. Give me a minute, Virgos. It would be you. I'm recording like nonstop videos here on Tuesday the 19th. Patreon gets it first. All right, sorry, I'm losing the light too. So I'm going to fix the light and move my body. So give me a sec. Yeah. Oh, that's a little bit dark now, isn't it? Okay, Virgo, I'm back. I'm back. Okay. Yeah. So sometimes I stand, sometimes I sit. I think right now I've been sitting too long. Okay. Sorry. I'm just trying to get my ass comfortable in this chair. All right. I'm traveling. I'm not in my main office. I'm trying to make do, just so you know what's going on here. Um, okay, we're moving on. We're continuing with the narrative. Um, we have the energy of Jupiter in a refrainment sextile to Saturn, the 24th to the end of the month into February. Let's just put it this way. Something really good is trying to happen, doesn't quite happen. There's almost like an effort here by the sky to say academic environment, foreign lands, travel, book publishing, religious and spiritual philosophies are trying to make some kind of deal with Saturn in your house of legal contracts and marriages. It can be literally like you're trying to finalize a legal situation and you can't get the contract signed. You're trying to stabilize a marriage and make it more, spiritual, and it doesn't really work. You're trying to find a foreign land, foreign travel solution with your marriage partner, and they're not down for it, or your significant other. There's just kind of, and the twain don't quite meet, because these two, although other astrologers are not pointing it out, do not perfect a sextile, making it what I would call a refrainment. And so it's good, but not great. It's sort of, but not quite. Okay. Now I'm sorry, guys. I need to like take a walk. All right. Next is up on the agenda for you guys is this. You have this energy going on here of Mercury and Mars co-joining. Well, they square the nodes of fate, and that's intense. On the 25th to the 28th, it can be challenging, but it may also be positive. So Mercury is news and Mars is action. Actionable news, actionable ideas, decisive turning points and decisions you need to make around conversations that you're having that might be somewhat challenging, but destined, because this is going to activate this combination of Mercury and Mars squaring this north and south node in your second and eighth house. And this energy is a money axis, and even the fifth house can be money. You may have difficult conversations with children or lovers about money. You may have difficult disagreements with a important love relationship around shared resources like bank accounts, 401ks, shared monies. Because this is also connecting to the south node in the second house, you may have some difficult circumstances arising regarding your entrepreneurial business and your financial situation that you're in, tax problems, cash flow problems, situations like that. But on the other hand, there is a happy ending, a silver lining, and that is because Mercury will eventually, a little bit after this, more like the 28th, 29th. Remember, the tension is 25th, 26th, 27th into 28th, but then on the 29th, 28th, 29th, and 30th, Mercury then forms a flowing energy to Uranus in the ninth house of legal matters, in the ninth house of courts, in the ninth house of book publishing, foreign lands, and foreign travel. And there's something like a breath of relief here. So whatever this money tension is, or challenges with a child, or a significant love relationship, and some difficulty over finances and shared resources, or even your own business or creative projects not bearing the financial fruit you wanted, this is going to also look like a relief then as the end of the month comes, and there's some kind of exciting surprise to do with the ninth house. And it could just even be an opportunity to travel with the one you love, the one you're with, or to see a child, or a child's traveling to see you, that kind of thing. Or there's a sudden announcement that's very positive about grandchildren on the way. But they may be similarly connected or separate stories. I can't really tell, but I do know that Mercury just kind of saved the day at the end and brings something good from his difficult conversation with Mars, and kind of translates the light up to the ninth house of God. So some like foreign travel, book publishing, academic success is possible after the more gnarly tension that precedes it. Now, some of you may be thinking, you could have inheritance monies, Virgo, coming through with a north node in your eighth house, and this can be some breakthrough coming up, legal matters that are shining a light of joy on you or goodness around 28th, 29th, or 30th, and after some tension around monies that come through inheritances, and some contractual challenges around that as well during that more gnarly time, 25 to 28th of the month. No, yeah, that's about when. Let me look at that for a minute. Yeah, we're going to go with that. And we're going to move now forward to the Venus, picking up that mini grand trine that was active on the 8th to the 15th when Mars created that lovely energy. And now we have Venus following through and doing the same thing on the 27th, 28th, 29th of the month. She flows from Capricorn at your house of fertility, pregnancy. Be careful. That can be a pregnancy period for you. So be cautious if you or your partner don't want to conceive a child. But anyway, we'll get to that at the end. We'll talk about Venus and Capricorn. But right now, we're just saying around the 27th, 28th, 29th, Venus is in your fertility, romance, creativity, sexuality house. You could meet somebody under this transit, start a new romance, or fortify and strengthen the one you have with more passion, because there's both Mars and Venus in your sexual romance house. And as Venus is there with Mars, she sextiles your Saturn in your house of committed love, strengthening that committed love story, strengthening your business and entrepreneurial business partnerships, strengthening your outreach to your marketplace and audience from any entrepreneurial endeavors. But also she flows to Lord Jupiter in the ninth house, leisure, travel abroad, strengthening your relationship, planning a trip abroad, strengthening your relationship. Venus flowing to Jupiter, offering up some kind of money luck, especially from government and government sources. Jupiter, Venus flowing up to the top, like play the lottery. When Venus is in your fifth house, play the lottery. We'll get to your exact dates in a minute. Some kind of financial goodness coming from a father figure, some kind of financial outcomes in court and legal matters working out for you very well between the 27th and the 28th and 29th of the month. If you're looking for a contract for a book, legally and all of that, getting an agent, getting a publisher, signing a deal, very good, the 27th to the 29th. Now, I want to talk to you about Venus because she can get you pregnant here, and that's how we're going to finish up. On December 29th, Venus enters into Sagittarius and will be there till January 23rd. That just means beautify your home, spend time in your home, enjoy your home, prettify your home, love in the home. Okay, that's wonderful. And maybe some little money from your mom or dad coming through, or a family of origin wealthing you up. That's coming through your sky, December 29th to January 23rd. But then on January 23rd, add about 3 weeks, Venus moves into Capricorn. And that is, unfortunately or fortunately, a very strong chance of you or your partner getting pregnant. More so for the egg bearer women getting pregnant. Or if you have grown children, finding out that one of them is pregnant or their partners are pregnant, you might become a grandparent. So that is that window of time that I already mentioned. I'll say it again. It's going to be the fertility transit, January 23rd, add 3 weeks. Also, Mercury will move direct on January 2nd in 22 degrees of the sign of Sag. That's your fourth house for a very short window of time then, very short window of time. Just remember this. We're going to say January 2nd through to January 13th, you're going to have a direct motion Mercury cohabitating your house of home property and real estate with Venus. Ideal time to sell a home, list a home, buy a home in that part of the sky. Again, super lucky opportunity to buy, sell real estate or contract an agreement with a designer, find a contractor to repaint your house or something like that, beautify your house, stage your house, whatever it is, but certainly sell a house and buy a house. And then again, the window of yay you is December the 13th. No, January 2nd through to, my brain, January 13th. And January the 13th to February 4th, Mercury moves into your fifth house. So he'll be there with Jupiter as well. It's really good for creativity, creative projects, writing. It's really good to for entrepreneurial businesses and generating a great deal of financial success and luck and goodness in your entrepreneurial business. But if you want to buy a lottery ticket, this could be a nice combination as well. So January 3rd, I'm sorry. I've been working too hard. January the 13th to February 4th, Mercury is in your fifth house, but Venus will join him on the 23rd. So the 23rd of January through to February the 4th, you could win some money. All right. could come from many different sources. You could play a lottery ticket. You could have a massive windfall of some kind. I don't know. But playing a lottery ticket isn't too bad an idea under these circumstances. You could also have money coming from females that are maternal mother figures that delight you, and you're going to come into some money from those types of people, grandparents, grandwomen, grandmothers, mothers as well. And then again, the window of time for you Virgos to have that kind of success or financial success is a very tight window of time. So January 13th, January 23rd, January 23rd to February the 4th. Whew. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Try out my channel. It helps me grow a lot. And like button especially helps the channel grow. Also, join my Patreon community, a sale event here by the end of January. This is gone, but for this time only, join me into the end of December through to the end of January. Join my Patreon community for $5 a month. Get early access, ad-free content, but also 3 free classes. 2 that I've taught: Chiron, the Key to Purpose, Synastry for Relationship Astrology is Are You My Person? It's called. And then the last one is Chiron Life Cycles class that I'm teaching live in January. You get access to that live course, but you also can get the replay if you can't make it. Gives you access to 3 courses valued almost $100 for nothing but a $5 investment in trying my Patreon community out. And if you don't like it, leave with the goodies. All right. Thanks, guys, for listening. Have a wonderful January. Take care.